Hey guys, Kaylee here and welcome back to the Enchanted Library. Alright, so you can probably hear it in my voice. I am getting over a really bad round of laryngitis, so I really do apologize, but I had to film a couple videos today, so I'm gonna see how things go and if I'm able to get done as much as I wanted to. But I really do apologize for my voice. It's awful and I'm really sorry, but this is what I've been dealing with for the last couple of days. And I'm also trying a little bit of a new setup right now, so my camera has a slightly different setting and I'm kind of working around with lights, so this is kind of going to be a test to see how things go for this kind of a setup. A couple weeks ago I did an unboxing for this book and I was really excited to get into it. I did submit my review to HarperCollins First Look, so I will leave a link to that in the description down below so you can sort of take a look and see a little bit more of my thoughts as well as thoughts of other people who were lucky enough to get the book and review it as well. That book is The Lost Girls of Camp Forevermore by Kim Fu. Now this actually does release on February 13th, so the day before Valentine's Day if you are interested, and I wanted to do a little bit of a chat through. This isn't going to be a super long video because A, my voice, and B, this book wasn't exactly what I had anticipated when I read the sort of synopsis for it. To give you another rundown of the book, it follows the lives of 5 girls who met at camp, and something actually happens at camp that they end up taking with them throughout their lives into adulthood, and basically this just follows their stories. Now, I will admit this isn't going to be the most glowing review of this book because I don't know, I found it very difficult to get through. Like I said before, it wasn't exactly what I was anticipating. I was kind of hoping for another version of Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Like I really wanted those deep connections and those deeper stories. This book, more often than not, I kind of found myself thinking, what am I reading? Like, the layout of the story, the way that it's sort of drafted up, I'm not the biggest fan, unfortunately. I don't know if it's just that I don't like the writing style, or if it just has been edited weird, or if by the time this comes out it's going to be completely different and redone. But I just wasn't a fan, unfortunately. So like I said, many times I thought to myself, what am I reading? The reason for that was because we start out the story with an introduction of all of the girls at camp, and I was anticipating it to be camp, you learn what happens there, they get out of camp, and then you see them grow. But this sort of jumps all over the place. So you start out at camp, you get bombarded with breakdowns of who the characters are from paragraph to paragraph, and it felt like it was very in your face, like this is this character, this is what they do, this is what they're like, and this is who they hang out with. But I don't know, I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more natural than that. And then within the first chapter as well, you're learning about these children, and then they go off on their little trip that sort of instigates everything. But before that really happens, you fast forward to one of the girls as she's giving birth to her son, and then it jumps back to her getting her first dog, and then it jumps forward again to her in school, and then back, and it kind of kept doing that, and I felt like I was missing something, but I wasn't. Like I had to reread things because I thought, did I just totally glance over a full paragraph that sort of did this transition for me? But it just didn't have a good flow. And that might be okay for some people, but for me it kept taking me out of the story and I couldn't quite get into it like I wanted to. I won't get into crazy spoilers with this. Basically, it's really the writing style and the way that it was sort of put together is what I really didn't like in the end about the story. I feel like it kind of let me down with what I wanted from it, and it's just kind of disappointing. That being said, I mean, it is sort of a YA read, so maybe a younger audience might like it more. I feel like young girls who might read this story, maybe like a preteen, they might read this story and really find themselves in one of these characters and really feel like that's them on the page, and I hope for that, but I don't think at my age right now this was the type of read that I actually needed, even though I was really excited about it. All that being said, I do still think that Kim Fu was able to get across the idea of what it's like being a young girl in a sleepaway camp, because there's cliques, there's attitude, and all of the stuff that I can just imagine. I never went to sleepaway camp, so I don't know 100%, but from what I've seen from films and like the weekend sleepaway camp that I went to when I was in Brownies, this kind of encompassed that. So I don't know, I think there's some things that she did okay with getting across for her points, but for the overall story, the overall arc of the story, the end result, I just wasn't a fan, and I hope that there are many of you out there that are a fan and that you give this a try if the idea or the synopsis intrigues you at all. But yeah, those were kind of just my thoughts on The Lost Girls of Camp Forevermore. Like I said, not a super long video. I unfortunately didn't have too much to say about it, but I really hope that if this sort of interests you, that you'll pick it up and give it a try, because you never know. Alright, so that is it for today's video. I thank you so much for dealing with me and my voice today, and yeah, I really hope that this goes away. But anyway, please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want more content. I have a couple more reviews that I am getting ready, and quite a few more videos that I'm filming this weekend that I've been sort of amping myself up for, because it's gonna be a long one. But I think it'll be good. It has to do with my bookshelves, just, you know, as a sneak peek. But yes, be sure to subscribe in order to stay up to date with all of that. And like this video, please, for the sole purpose that I got through it with my voice like this, and oh my god, it hurts so much. But anyway, yes, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and until next time, keep reading.